All right, well, welcome back. And as you can see, there is a lot of squash here. I weighed it all and it came out to nearly 10 pounds of squash. And that's just for half the squash. The other half is actually behind me in my new wave oven. And I am roasting that as well, but in a different way because I'll be using that to make a soup. But let's get back to this roasted squash. So I've got 3 ingredients that I'm adding to the squash. The first is I've got 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. And I went ahead, as you know, coconut oil is a solid at room temperature. So I heated up a little hot water, set this middle bowl in a bowl of hot water so it would melt and get into its liquid state. My second ingredient that I'm adding is 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, and to that I added 1 tablespoon of maple extract, just to kind of give it a little bit more of like a fun fall flavor. And then the third, and this is going to be really up to your discretion, but as I mentioned in the first video, I've got pumpkin spice in there, I've got cinnamon, allspice, just a little bit of cayenne pepper and some cinnamon. But really, it's up to you. And I've got, in the notes below, there'll be some other flavor combinations you can try that are less on the sweet side and more on the savory side. So I'm gonna go ahead and add them all to my roasting pan here. Now, earlier I chopped these all up, and you can see in the video over here some of the chopping that I did. But I tried to keep the pieces all approximately the same size, and that helps with the roasting time and tries to keep it so that they all cook together nicely. This is a lot of squash. I gotta say, it was time consuming to do this, but given how much squash you get for the money, if you've got a large family to feed, this might be a way to go. And you can freeze this once it's already cooked. You can puree it once it's cooked and turn it into soup if you want. I mean, I've got a couple different options. So I'm adding the coconut oil. And I'm adding the brown sugar and maple syrup extract. And finally, I'm adding the spice. The spices. And I'm going to give this a nice good stir, and when we come back I'm going to go ahead and put it in the oven. So we put the squash in the oven and it's going to roast in there for about 30 minutes. We'll come back with one final segment and I'll show you how to enjoy it and go over the points with you. All right, my friends, we are at the final stage of the Blue Hubbard Squash trilogy of videos, and here we are. The squash is beautiful, it smells fantastic. I do want to say that it wasn't as sweet as I thought it was going to be. So I did add 3 more tablespoons of brown sugar. The good news is that this is a 1 point option for 4 ounces of the squash, and that is with the brown sugar and the coconut oil. Everything else is 0 points, the spices, the extract, and of course the squash itself. So 1 point for 4 ounces, it's fantastic. Let me get it to show it to you. So here it is, it's a all beautiful golden orange color with, you can see the brown sugar and the spices on top of it. The kitchen smells just like fall and it's fantastic, which is a great way to celebrate the first day of fall. So this can be eaten a bunch of different ways. I mean, you can go ahead and have this as a side for your dinner, or you can go ahead and puree it up as well if you would rather have like more like a sweet potato kind of masher type of thing, but with the squash. Personally, to me, this is a great low point dessert at the end of the day. So for myself, I went ahead and portioned out 4 ounces. And I will say, to me, presentation is important. I went ahead and got these great little footed dessert glasses. This is 4 ounces, it fills it up perfectly. And while it tastes fantastic on its own, everything's better with Ready Whip on it. So, gonna add some Ready Whip on top of it. And again, we've got this beautiful presentation. This was a time-consuming project, but if you have a large family to feed or you are doing a big holiday dinner, I say go with the Blue Hubbard squash and forget sweet potatoes, butternut squash. They're smaller, they're more expensive, and they'll take more time. So Here's my first video. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a great day. Pretty good.